Hey guys, Drew Grit Scott, Bulletproof Saws and BlueSaws.com. Hope everybody's doing all right. It's December 29th, a couple days after Christmas, and just trying to catch up. It's funny, we've been so busy for so long, and then I figured once Christmas hit, it would slow down. And this week in between Christmas and New Year's, it tain't quite Christmas and it tain't quite New Year's. You know, the taint between the two. It slowed down, but not quite enough because I'm trying to get other personal things done, but I keep getting sucked back into the saws because that never ends. So I have a few saws to run, and I got a new saw from a good buddy of mine, and one's a Bulletproof 466, so it's a slightly modded saw, squish, triple ported muffler. You know, we go through them and all that kind of stuff. So I'm curious how that's going to run. The chain on it's questionable. I got a Bulletproof 366. You guys have heard all about those. I was working on this one before Christmas, and I'm finally getting to run it for the first time. I did start it. It runs. I can tell you that. Everything's going to need tuning, other than my guessing without putting it in wood. So they shouldn't be horrible, but they're probably not going to be dead on. I have my Blue 366 that, you know, we fixed it a few weeks ago from that carb issue I was having, and I haven't gotten to put it in wood yet, so today will be the first day I put it in wood. The chain is meh. The Bulletproof 366 has a brand new chain. That should cut fine. Then, the one that I'm excited about, you know, all these are whatever, they're old saws. Who cares? No more of the same for me. Is this nice 272 XP. It's in super good condition. I mean, I haven't even cleaned this, and it's pretty clean. But it's got all the stickers on it still. Most of them, the stickers aren't in bad shape. What I like is the bottom of the saw looks like it was never set down on concrete, and it's in real good shape. The biggest negative on the saw is the recoil has a couple of the plastic ribs broken out of it on the one spot, but it's all OEM. And what I like, sometimes you find old saws and guys ported them. I don't want those saws. I want all original older saws personally. And the reason being is there's porters out there whose work, I'd like to run their work, but for the most part, there's a lot of guys who shouldn't be grinding on saws, and they shouldn't be grind on a Chinese saw. Learn what you're doing for 3-4 years, and then move over to a real saw. And I see it a lot. Like, I see some guys out there, they were asking a year ago what tools they need to build a kit saw, and this year they're, you know, performance porting, and it's, yeah, maybe you're that good and maybe you'll learn that quick, but for the most part, it's for somebody else, not me in any case. I don't know how else to say it. So I'm real excited to run this 272. I had rocked that chain, and so I sharpened that up. So this chain should be pretty decent depending on my sharpening skills, which we can make fun of. But I'll throw these saws off to the side, and I just want to get a cut or two. I'm not making a long video here. I just want to get a cut or two, and I know this bores the hell out of you guys, but you can see some different saws run. This piece of wood is horrible. It's shaped like a boomerang. If you could throw it, it would probably come back, so it was really hard for me to prop it up. What I will tell you, I really love this Farmer Tech log jack. This by far is, I like my old 1890 wooden log jack. That's my favorite log jack. It's not a log jack, it's a cant hook, peavy, whatever you want to call it. That one I love more than anything because it's handy, but for something where I want to get it stood up so I can get something underneath it, these are great. And the aluminum is every bit of a 1/4 inch thick. It's not too heavy. It's sturdier. I had a cheap steel one from, it's a company that makes a lot of really cheap chainsaw stuff. They make the things you can pencil sharpen the end of logs to make furniture with. They have a couple like the edging mills, and the products aren't the best. They're cheap, but it's something. Oh, I got somebody pulling in. Give me a second. I'm going to pause you guys, and I'll get right back at this. Okay, guys. Sorry about that. Anyhow, I'm not going to go on about the log jack other than to say we got them at Bluesaws. They're super nice. I would recommend them. The only thing that I'll tell you, I'm using this for logs that I shouldn't be using it on, bigger and heavier. And right here I'm on flat ground for the most part, but I'm never on flat ground. I'm always on the side of a mountain. And the problem that I have is when you're crooked with the log jack and you start putting oversized logs on it, I haven't had it too bad, but with these things can spin around the pipe a little bit. It actually hasn't been that bad. If you're on flat ground, it'd probably never happen to you, but I'm trying to do logs like this off the side and pushing on that and doing, well, dumb things to try to break it. And it's, if I haven't broken it yet, it's a real good sign that these are pretty decent units. I like it pretty well. I will move these saws out of the way. I will start some up and run them. Don't know what to run first. I kind of want to run that 272 first because I'm itching. I made a couple cuts with it, and it's a nice old saw, so maybe I'll start that up for you guys and we'll see how it goes. You could call him. Get going, Hill. Oh, get my earphone in. Again, I'm just trying to make a quick video, guys. It ain't gonna be perfect. Outside door because I'm having a hard time getting in there. Maybe my sharpening's not as on point as I thought. Get a different bar and chain to run this, guys. I'm having a problem where I'm losing contact with the wood. I really don't think it's my chain. I almost wonder if something's a little goofy with my bar. I thought it was because I couldn't dog in. It's not cutting the way I want it to, so I don't know, but it's running nice. It's got torque. It's a nice saw, but I'm having a bar chain problem that I'm not sure. I know I didn't goof up a chain sharpening it that bad. And listen, if you have your rakers all cattywampus, it's gonna do weird things, cut like a banana. It's cutting straight, I'm just losing the wood and I'm not sure what's going on. So I gotta figure that out. That was really disappointing because this is the saw I want to run the most. Anyhow, guys, let me move on. We'll get a Mr. 466 running. Ooh. chips. And it still doesn't seem perfect, but that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's a saw. I want to run mine. Oh, and I never fixed the kill switch on this. Again. That's how you kill it. You flip the kill switch and you shake it till the wire connects. All right, last saw, guys. Now that I got them all covered in chips, I'm gonna have to clean them off again. Might turn down the idle a little bit on that, but she seems pretty all right. Well, and the embarrassing part of the story today, guys, is that the factory chain was better than any of the other chains. I did sharpen that one chain, so I obviously have sharpened them all. Two of them were used, whatever they were, but the one that I sharpened on that 272 is fairly embarrassing. It happens. I don't know how I screwed the pooch on that. Could be the bar for all I know. That's a 16-inch bar. The others are 20. The 272 had a 24. Not an even comparison. I'm just running saws to feel what I need to feel and see what I need to see so I can do whatever else I have to do. So it's not like I'm doing these high-tech what's that fella on YouTube who tests everything? Project Farm Tests, where I'm trying to make everything exact. I'm just running saws. In my opinion, the Bulletproof 366s with an 18, oh no, it's an 18-inch bar. With an 18-inch or a 20-inch bar, will run with any of those saws all day long. It pulls it, you could dog in, they have the torque you want, they have a lot of speed. And unless you're running a 24 or a 28 all the time, I don't run a 440 or a 460, and a 272 is going to live with nothing. I guess I'm going to throw a 20 on it because it's going to be easy for me to find a 20-inch bar just so I could actually cut with it. Big dogs on a saw give me problems sometimes too, where I can dog in too much and stop the chain. Whereas when I have the little bitty dogs, that never happens. So it's kind of getting used to the big dogs on some of these saws for me, because I generally don't run them, but I found a few cases where I'd like them. So that's a me thing, guys. That's a, I don't know what you call it, but it's just me getting used to running big dogs again. Again, this wood was throwing me off pretty good with that curve and trying to get it so you could see it, and you know, you're cutting, trying to figure out which way to cut to get a decent cut, and these aren't the best because usually I want these to be paper thin, and that's the other thing, and sometimes I'll run out of the wood, so I don't know. It's just fun to do, and I'd take any of these saws in the woods with me and do whatever I had to do because they all are enjoyable enough to run. That new 366 was doing really good for a saw that has no time on it, and the 460 was doing okay too. I don't think the 460s rev as high as the 366s, just the top RPMs aren't the same to begin with. Those shine with a bigger bar. I don't know, guys, I'm just talking to talk now. That's all, just a couple things that are going on. What do I have to do? I got a 66 build I still haven't gotten to. Got to finish that. I got 2 more 366s I have to get right out, and then I'm gonna have Bulletproof 372s coming out, and what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna make a orange Pro version. And I don't mean we're putting orange plastics on the Pro and you have a white handle. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take down an orange 372 XP. We're gonna use the Italy Tech and the Meteor piston, Italy Tech cylinder, Meteor piston. We're obviously going to do the Walbro carb. We'll do the modified muffler, probably a timing advance, and come out with those. So then we'll have Bulletproof saws in just another line of saws, which would be nice because I have a lot of people asking for them. I have people who've been on waiting lists for longer than I want to admit, just because it's a busy time of year. Anyhow, guys, I'm sure I had something else to tell you, but that's good enough for one video. True Grit Scott, Bulletproof Saws at BLUESAWS.com. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.